Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first session of our exciting new webinar series on stocks and direct equity. I am Sonam Punjabi from Tata Capital Moneyfy, and I'm delighted to guide you through today's session. But before we jump into the insightful session, I have a fantastic news to share. Moneyfy users can now invest in stocks, IPOs, and FNOs and explore a lot more on direct equity. Now let's get into the good stuff. I am thrilled to announce our guest today, Mahima Shah. She is an investment product manager with Hun. Hi, Mahima.
Hey, hi, hi everyone.
Yeah, so today we'll be talking about some of the key features that could help and be useful for our avid investors. Mahima, I think our users will be extremely interested in some of the prominent features of the platform, and it'll be great to start our session with some of the key highlights.
Sure, we can do that. So I'll just start with it. Hi everyone, welcome to the webinar. So as you guys know, at Dhan, we have been on an exciting journey for over around 3 years now, focused on building an exceptional investing and trading platform for you. Your feedback and suggestions have been invaluable in shaping our platform. And while refining features takes time, we remain committed to making it happen. In the past few years or months, we have been especially focused on enhancing the experience of our users with investor centric features. We have rolled out several industry first innovations like marking stocks as long term, multi bagger stocks, real time portfolio insights, sell fast with DDPI, dividend tracking, automated investment watch list. Plus, we have added features like color label stocks, corporate actions in both of your watch list as well as in your portfolios, IPOs, investing labels, and much more. We are excited to share that we have also integrated with many UPI payment gateways for seamless transactions. And trust us, there's a lot more on the way.
Superb. That's very nice, Mahima. In fact, the color coding and UPI integration sounds like a fab feature that our investors can explore. Mahima, tell me something that given the ongoing volatility in the market, what's your take on long-term investments and the IPOs in the market? I think we've been witnessing a record-breaking retail participation. We've been seeing IPO after IPO coming in, right? Yeah, if you could speak about that.
Yeah, sure. So as you guys have known that we have first we had a restrictions or you can say a bit of redundance by our investors for our SME IPOs. But as you can see that in the latest news in the last past month, we had a motorbike IPO, BSE or NSE small SME IPO which was launched, and it was just a one-story building with just 4 to 5 employees, and people had shown quite a interest in that, and we had 100% subscription in it as well. So as
Wow.
markets are going on and how the things are working on, people have started showing their interest and they want that, yes, even as a startups or anything, they are ready to help and they are ready to trust if the financials and everything is good. So if it is in track and everything, people have started showing their interest in this. Especially the people, I can say many of them also watch on the IPO listing gains. It's not that
Yeah.
everybody will be focusing only on the long term, but there are many people who want to make out of the IPO listing gains as well. Just get on with the IPOs, make the profits, and just get out. Many people want to trust that particular company for the long time, as we saw Bajaj Housing Finance. It was,
Yeah.
launched at a subscription, at a premium of, you cannot say what, and people have made a lot of money there. Even if you have hold
Yeah.
it for a longer period of time, the company is just growing and growing. It has kept on going till upper circuits for around 2 to 3 days straight. So that is how the trust of investors are gaining in the markets and people are wanting to invest in the IPOs. What I'll do is I'll start sharing my screen. I can
Yeah,
also
that'll be
in
great.
the process of how you can apply IPOs through Dhan
Yeah.
as well.
So while Mahima is casting her screen, I have a quick question for our investors and comment below if you know the answer. If you can tell us which was the first ever IPO in the Indian history. Just a quick hint, it was more than 100 years back. It was in early 1900s. So if you can guess the stock, comment below. Yeah, Mahima, your screen is coming up?
Is it visible? I have already started sharing it.
Not yet.
Okay, just a minute.
Yes, now I can see your screen, Mahima.
Okay, fine.
This is the Dhan dashboard.
Yes. So as soon as you guys will log in, as soon as our investors will log in, you will be coming over to this dashboard where on the left hand side you will be going through the watch list part. Here you will be getting if you have a portfolio, a small just about overview about how your portfolio is looking like. So as now you can see there is a feature of eyes over here. So मैंने अभी मेरा portfolio
Yeah.
value दिखाना नहीं है तो मैंने hide करके रखा है. As soon as you
Okay.
click it on, the values will appear and it you and everybody will be able to see it. Below we have a segment of in different segments in whichever the users want to trade, be it equities, ETFs, or FNO, commodities. From here you'll be able to do. If you don't have money and you want to top up, we have a small shortcut over here on the dashboard from where you will be able to top up. Here is a small market watch portfolio snapshot and highs and lows from which you will be just able to track whatever you guys want to. So this is just a small gist of how everything compactly we have tried to give you on the home page or on the home screen so that you don't have to go or wander around to other screens. Coming over to apply for IPO, you just have
Yeah.
to go to the markets tab. Over here, IPO section is there on the right hand corner over here. Just click on the IPOs and the IPO page will appear. So right now there are two main IPOs which are going ongoing, which is Hyundai Motor India and Lakshya Power Tech, which is an SME IPO. So whichever IPOs will be SME or are not main board IPOs, यहाँ पे उसका tagging आ जाएगा and you will be able to know which type of IPO that is. If it's a main board, there will be no tagging, but if it's an SME IPO, the tagging will be available. So you will be able to easily make out from that.
Yeah. Mahima, tell me something. अगर मैंने एक बार apply कर दिया तो can I modify my request? Is that
Yes.
a possibility?
Yeah, yeah. So as you can see, I've already applied for Hyundai over here. You can see over
हाँ.
here the status is applied.
Yeah.
When I go to my bid section, you
Hmm.
know, over here I'll get an overview about my IPO, like मैंने कितने bids किए हैं, क्या किया है. I can just do
Perfect. So my
latest
history I
modify
can
your
view
IPO.
here of
You can
application.
do that. Yes. Now
Okay.
from one I want to increase to two bids, three bids, and I just want to even include the second bid. I can do so.
Wow.
Already done it, and I'm just clicking on modify IPO, and my IPO has been modified.
Superb. Just like that at the in a couple of clicks.
Yes, it's done. So we had this request from users. So we are tracking this also that there are many users जिनको ऐसा लगता है कि first day पे apply करूँ या मैं last day पे apply करूँ.
Yeah.
And then they think that okay now the it has been oversubscribed and there is a lot of demand. तो मेरा एक bid में मुझे लगने नहीं वाला है. So let's go for an HNI bid. So they can just anytime go here, have it. और आपको जो mandate आएगा you just have to accept it. और जो भी आपका original mandate अगर block हुआ है it will just get released from the exchange. It's just a simple process as it is.
Super. This sounds interesting, and the live navigation that you showed was interesting.
Yeah.
So tell me something, Mahima.
Yeah.
Given that many of our investors, we have a lot of young generation, young investors on the Moneyfy app,
Hmm.
and sometimes they often struggle with disciplined investing. So, this whole mentality of get rich quick, and it can sometimes be very tempting, to chase these trends in stock. But how do they stick around for long term? Or, how can users on Moneyfy plan investments with SIP in stocks? If you
Yeah.
can tell us about that.
Yeah, so I'll just share one thing is like a disciplined investing is very much necessary as you
Yeah.
guys will know that markets have its own ups and downs. Okay, so whenever you're also investing in mutual funds and you guys do an SIP, so आपका average price जो होता है उसके वजह से it gets changed, it gets affected. So even if you have a disciplined investing sessions, इट विल हेल्प यू इवेंचुअली. आज अगर मार्केट अप था आपने स्टॉक्स बाय कर लिए, कल अगर मार्केट नीचे जा रहा है और आप अगर वापस सेम नंबर ऑफ स्टॉक्स बाय कर रहे हो, दैट विल एवरेज आउट योर एवरेज प्राइस विच विल इवेंचुअली व्हेन यू वांट टू सेल योर stocks or scripts, it is eventually going to help you. So this is how it should be used, and how should be there. So that is also one of the most, I can say, useful feature we have on our app. You just need to navigate to orders page. Over here, there are different orders which are available. From that, you just have to
Okay.
select stock SIPs. So these are the SIPs which I have set for a particular script. And guys, this are just for explaining you. We don't recommend any scripts or anything to anyone. So this is just for an example purpose. So you just have to click on new stock SIP, click on the script which you would like to, have your SIP in. Clicking on that, there will be different tabs, whether you want a daily SIP, monthly, weekly. On that basis, I'm selecting, for example, weekly. Weekly may on which day of the week do you want? Monthly may on which date of the month do you want? Daily will be every day it will be cut. So you just have to
Yeah.
select that. For example, I wanted around 9th and my quantity will be around 2, for example. I can just set up my stock SIP and it has already come. So whenever you first stock SIP, you will need to have money in your ledger. Okay, so आपको उसका पैसा जो है धन पे ट्रांसफर करना पड़ेगा. It is not a UPI mandate flow. It is still in progress and it will be maybe done in some months. But right now we don't have the UPI mandate flow available with us. So you will have to transfer your money into the ledger. So अगर आपके पास वो ledger में पैसे नहीं है और कल अगर आपका SIP due है, so you will definitely get mailer notification. You will get mailers as well as notifications for the same, so that you don't miss out on your SIPs and you don't just lag. अगर आप यहाँ पे भी देखोगे तो अगर मेरे पास है, अगर तीनों SIP मेरे ये वीक में है, तो they are clearly given me the amount, how much amount
Yeah.
I should have in my account, which I am not having. So accordingly, I can plan my stuffs and I can plan my money accordingly. So this is how. If you want to even edit any of your SIPs, you just have to click on over here, edit कर लो. आपको दो क्वांटिटी अब नहीं करना है, प्राइस बहुत बढ़ गया, आपको एक ही क्वांटिटी करना है. You can just do that and save the SIP. The amount will get updated from your. अगर आपको delete
From the
कर.
subsequent investments, it will get updated.
Yes, it will. And if you just want to cancel an SIP, you can just do so. And then I'm getting a pop-up and I've just canceled my SIP. So that SIP is now no more available on my platform. So that is how it is. Once you have that particular shares, it will start getting reflected in your portfolio. और वो portfolio में दिखने के बाद आपको जो भी buy sell करना है, and accordingly you can just do so.
Very nice feature, very nicely explained, Mahima, to our investors. So, see, Mahima, I think these are a couple of conventional investment methods that we are discussing. But I also wanted to touch base on one intriguing investment opportunity, and that is the unlisted stocks. If you can tell us a little bit more about that
Yeah.
as a category.
Yeah, sure. I will do that. So, guys, as you all might be aware that we have something called as unlisted. Okay. There are certain stocks and there are certain scripts, okay, which are traded in the markets, okay, in the private markets and are not listed. Okay. So there are certain of that stocks which are available. I'll just explain in detail about it. Just give me a minute. So sorry. Okay. So what are actually unlisted shares? These are the shares of the companies that are not listed of any stock exchange, meaning that they are privately held. They can be purchased through private placements or employee stock options, that is called as ESOPs, but are
Yeah.
not publicly traded like listed stocks. There is also a concept called as pre-listed or traded shares or delisted shares. They are the shares of companies that were once listed on the stock exchange but have been removed or delisted for various reasons, such as non-compliance or voluntary withdrawal, etc. There are also certain things called as pre-listed or traded shares, that these are the shares that you have received as a part of any corporate action such as right issues, bonus shares, demergers as a result of corporate actions or via IPOs. That take time to get credited into your Demat account.
Yeah.
However, they have not started or traded on exchanges yet. So if you know that bonus shares आपको मिल जाते हैं on the X or the record date, but to actually get those into your Demat account, it takes 15 to 20 days or 15 to 30 days ka time frame. So in that between the 15 to 30 days of the time frame, you don't know where the stock is lying and it is
Yeah.
not traded in the market. So we have introduced a very good feature from our end, which will be rolled out soon into the market in maybe tomorrow or day after. And it is only available as of now on app, and later on we'll be providing it on web as well. So in your portfolio you will be having a last tab called as unlisted tab. तो जो भी stocks आपके unlisted है या delisted है वो आपको वहां पे दिखना start हो जाएंगे. So
Okay.
you'll be even able to track the complete portfolio at one place. You don't have to rely, or you don't have to go to your CDSL Demat account to check कि आपके पास कौन से stocks पड़े थे या कौन से stocks अभी भी है. आपको पूरा आपका investment एक ही जगह पे मिल जाएगा. So as you guys know, तो वहां पे आपको मिल जाएगा, तो you will also be able to add your cost price or the average price to it, and you will be able to map it and track it. So that is how it will be useful, that the complete array of investments is available to you at one particular place.
Yeah. That's interesting. So all of these facilities have been live on Dhan, and also, of course, you guys are enhancing these
Yes.
features as well.
Yeah.
That is interesting. So, you know what, Mahima, according to one of the researches that I was seeing, कि एक investor जो होता है, वो most number of times app पे आता है to view his portfolio, right? Can
Hmm.
you give us a walkthrough कि हमारा customer जब invest करता है Moneyfy के through direct equity stocks में, where can they see the portfolio? What are the details they can see about their portfolio? Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sure, I can do so. So we have a tab called as portfolio.
yeah.
जहाँ पर क्लिक करोगे तो आपको पूरी information about the portfolio will come to know. Apart from that, we also have something called as invested in your watch list. So आपका जो भी particular shares या scripts आपने जो भी buy किए हैं in the portfolio, you will start seeing it over here as well. So that is one of the features which you will be able to see from here. कमिंग ओवर टू पोर्टफोलियो, यहाँ पे आपको कंप्लीट ओवरव्यू ऑफ द पोर्टफोलियो मिल जाएगा. यू विल बी एबल टू ट्रैक योर इन्वेस्टमेंट्स, करंट वैल्यू, ओवरऑल प्रॉफिट्स, लॉस, अगर आपको कुछ भी यहाँ पे देखना है तो वो. वी ऑल्सो हैव वन गुड फीचर कॉल्ड एज मल्टी बैगर. So which will tell you that if any of your particular scripts is giving you more returns than the returns of what the exchange is lying of today. For example, अगर आप देखने जाओगे तो आज निफ्टी 50 लॉस में चल रहा है at this point of time. Okay,
Yeah.
0.37%. But I have these two stocks which are in profit and which are more than this. So these are called as a multi-bagger stocks for you, which gives you overview that the stocks are performing, averagely well for you guys. And this is how these are the two good features from all the scripts which I have. There is one more feature called as long-term holdings or holdings. So अगर आप देखोगे तो any of this which I have in my script, if I go, I have
Mm,
something called as mark as long-term investments.
yeah.
Okay, so if I want to mark it as long-term investment, I just have to click it on yes, and it will start getting represented into my long-term. So whenever also I want to sell any of it, and for example, if I go to sell, it will give me a prompt. Okay, it will give me a prompt that are you sure do you want to sell it, because because you've marked it as a long-term holding.
Yeah.
Be able to on the conscious mind आपको फिर याद आएगा कि अरे ये तो मैं कर सोचा था long term.
Absolutely.
So this is how
Very
it
nice feature.
will be useful for you guys.
Yeah.
Now, something we have called as MTF. If you have any of the scripts for which you want to know that which stocks are giving you how much of margins, how it will be useful if you just want to have margins today, if you think that the markets are good and I want to don't miss out on any opportunities, this is how you'll be able to use that. Something what we have called as allocation. So ये टैब में आपको पता चलेगा कि आपको कौन से शेयर में कितना अलोकेटेड है, बाय इन्वेस्टमेंट वैल्यू, बाय वैल्यू, बाय पीएनएल. आपने कितना परसेंटेज वो पर्टिकुलर स्टॉक में इन्वेस्ट किया हुआ है. दैट इज हाउ यू विल बी एबल टू कम टू नो अबाउट दिस. Coming over next to is my percentage returns. Here you will be able to track your script-wise XIRR and CAGR. So it is very important for investors to know about the XIRR so that you come to know about what are your returns, how your portfolio is performing overall. कमिंग ओवर टू टर्म, यहाँ पे आई विल कम टू नो यू हैव अ टैब लाइक कौन से मेरे शॉर्ट टर्म है, कौन से मेरे लॉन्ग टर्म है, विच आर लाइंग इन विच रेंज, हाउ मच टाइम
Yeah.
आई इन्वेस्टेड इन दैट टाइम. दिस विल बी हेल्पफुल व्हेन यू वांट टू फाइल योर टैक्स, लाइक एलटीसीजी में आएगा वो कि एसटीसीजी में आएगा. अगर आप शॉर्ट
Absolutely.
टर्म ही हुआ है और 2 दिन के बाद 2 दिन से रुक जाओगे और वो लॉन्ग टर्म में कन्वर्ट हो रहा है, दैट विल बी बेनिफिशियल फॉर यू. सो यू
Yeah.
डोंट give STCG and you will be in the bracket of LTCG. So this is how this is going to help you out. Something next we also call something we also have over here is called as insights. So over here in insights you will be able to track about by sector, आपका कौन से सेक्टर में ज्यादा concentration है, कौन से सेक्टर में आपका concentration बिल्कुल भी नहीं है, how many are large cap funds, how many are small cap by market cap, what is your tax implications. We also
Yeah.
have a tab bifurcated for SIPs where you will come to know that आप इतने सारे stocks में से जो भी आपके portfolio में आपने किसके लिए disciplined investing किया हुआ है, and you will get a bifurcated view for that as well. Plus, this is just the stocks part. If you go MF का एक अलग section होगा, ETFs you will be able to track as a different way. So अगर मैं ETFs में चली जाऊंगी, एंड इफ आई गो टू ओवरऑल, तो यहाँ पे मुझे सिर्फ मेरे ईटीएफ्स दिखेंगे, यहाँ पे मेरे कोई भी स्टॉक्स नहीं दिखेंगे. So this is how it will be useful for you because we are, getting or dividing into different sections so that you will be able to get a clear picture कि stocks में आपके पास कितना है, MF में कितना है, ETFs में कितना है, and everything. और आपको ओवरऑल वैल्यू चाहिए तो वो भी आपको यहाँ पे अवेलेबल ओवरऑल वैल्यू भी मिल ही रहा है. So this is how
Yeah.
a clear picture about your investments, about how it is performing, stock wise, or you can get segment wise or bifurcation wise how it is going on. प्लस अगर आपको कोई पर्टिकुलर स्टॉक्स का इंसाइट्स चाहिए तो वो कैसे चल रहा है, एवरीथिंग इज इन अ प्रेजेंटेड एंड अ बेटर वे एंड अ रिप्रेजेंटेटिव मैनर.
Yeah, very insightful because all of this seems very customized. I can see a very personalized view of my portfolio, whether I want to see a consolidated view or a bifurcated view. Some of the features like tax implication and number of days, I mean, very nice features that a lot of investors look for. So other than this, Mahima, tell me, can you talk about couple of other features that you guys have, news, updates, or how can I transfer my shares? If you can just give us a view on that as well.
Yeah, sure. So as a investor, for if you want to invest on anything, you need to have certain additional features where you can track about how the stuffs are going on, how the markets are performing, if any news is going to affect the stocks which you are already holding, or is there
Absolutely.
any corporate action. So this is how it is going to be there. If you go to the markets, over here you'll be able to get, अगर आप लाइव में जाओगे तो आपको मोस्ट सर्च स्टॉक्स कौन से हैं, मार्केट्स में
Hmm.
कौन से स्कैनर्स चल रहे हैं रियल टाइम पे कि कौन सा चीजें हैं. सो वे हियर आई गेट मोस्ट डिलीवर्ड स्टॉक्स कौन से हैं. दिस इज हाउ वी हैव प्रेजेंटेड सो दैट पीपल आर अवेयर अबाउट व्हाट्स हैपनिंग इन द
In
मार्केट्स
the
एंड
market also,
व्हाट्स
yeah.
हैपनिंग, सो यू गेट अ ओवरव्यू एंड अ पिक्चर सो दैट यू आर नॉट रॉन्गली प्रेजेंटेड. इफ यू गो टू द स्टॉक्स, आपको यहाँ पे पता चल जाएगा 52 वीक हाई लो कौन से स्टॉक्स टच करने वाले हैं, गेनर्स कौन से हैं. इवन इफ आई जस्ट वांट कि निफ्टी 50 के गेनर्स मुझे नहीं देखने, मुझे निफ्टी स्मॉल कैप के देखने हैं या मुझे BSE के देखने हैं, एनी पर्टिकुलर सेक्टर फ्रॉम द ड्रॉप डाउन यू कैन जस्ट सिलेक्ट एंड यू कैन गो थ्रू, एंड आपको वो पर्टिकुलर उसका पता चल जाएगा. So this is how we have not kept it, I can say, restricted to only gainers to one particular segment or to one
Yeah.
particular index, but you will be able to select any of the index from the filter. इफ यू गो ऑन टू सेम ETFs पे जाओगे तो आपको सब ETFs यहाँ पे मिल जाएंगे. ठीक है, आपको अगर ब्रॉड इंडेक्स के ETF चाहिए तो निफ्टी 50 के चाहिए, कौन से सेक्टर के चाहिए. वी हैव बाइफर्केटेड इन सच अ मैनर दैट एनीबडी एंड एवरीबडी विल बी एबल टू यूज इट. इफ यू ऑल्सो वांट बॉन्ड्स, ऑल द बॉन्ड्स आर लिस्टेड ओवर हियर. आपको उनके प्लेज बेनिफिट, फेस वैल्यू, उसका प्रीमियम और डिस्काउंट क्या चल रहा है, कौन से वॉल्यूम्स पे वो ट्रेड हो रहे हैं इन द मार्केट, एवरीथिंग इज अवेलेबल. And we have bifurcated in SGBs and T-bills as well. So that is one. कमिंग ओवर टू कॉर्पोरेट एक्शंस, आपको यहाँ पे पूरा इन्फॉर्मेशन मिल जाएगा कि कौन से कॉर्पोरेट एक्शंस आगे आने वाला है, विच माइट
Yeah.
अफेक्ट द स्क्रिप्ट्स विच यू ऑलरेडी हैव इन योर पोर्टफोलियो और इन योर वॉच लिस्ट. सो अभी मैंने ऑल सिलेक्ट किया है. आई हैव अ फिल्टर कॉल्ड एज इन पोर्टफोलियो एंड इन वॉच लिस्ट. सो मुझे सब नहीं देखने, मुझे सिर्फ वही स्टॉक्स या मुझे वही कॉर्पोरेट एक्शन देखना है जो मेरे पोर्टफोलियो या मेरे वॉच लिस्ट में जो स्टॉक्स है उनको अफेक्ट कर रहा है, एंड आई कैन टेक माई
Correct.
डिसीजन अकॉर्डिंगली. सो दैट
Yeah.
इज, यू कैन जस्ट सिलेक्ट देयर. I want to see which are there only today. So I'll just select the today's filter. तो मुझे सिर्फ आज के दिन में किसका क्या होने वाला है is I'll come to know. I want to see about past में क्या हो गया, कौन से उसमें कैसे आ गए. तो ये past 7 days का data we store and we keep it with us. So you will be able to know कि past 7 days में क्या trend चल रहा था और कौन से stocks पे क्या आया. And accordingly you will be able to select it. So this is how it's about the corporate news. कमिंग ओवर टू न्यूज, न्यूज में ऑल्सो वी हैव मेड कि अगर ब्लॉक डील्स और बल्क डील्स के बारे में ही लोगों को इन्फॉर्मेशन चाहिए तो आपको सिर्फ वो इन्फॉर्मेशन एक साथ यहाँ पे मिल जाएगी. इफ एनीबडीज रिजल्ट्स हैज बीन अराउंड अनाउंस्ड, तो वो दिन रिजल्ट्स में क्या हुआ, कैसे हुआ, यू वांट टू नो एट वन पर्टिकुलर प्लेस. तो जैसे जैसे न्यूज आती जाएगी विल कीप ऑन अपडेटिंग और आपको एक साथ पता चल जाएगा कि क्या हो रहा है. सो इट विल नॉट गेट मिक्सड अप विद ऑल द न्यूज. आपको फिल्टर नहीं करना पड़ेगा, आपको एक साथ वो न्यूज अवेलेबल हो जाएगी.
Yeah.
ऑल्सो कमिंग ओवर टू इक्विटी, कोई भी इक्विटी मतलब कोई भी शेयर्स के रिलेटेड या कोई भी स्क्रिप्ट्स के रिलेटेड कोई भी न्यूज आएगी तो वी आर टैगिंग इन टू दैट, और उसके उसके ऊपर क्लिक करोगे तो वी ऑल्सो गिव यू अ होवर बटन, जिससे आप डायरेक्टली उसके बाय सेल कंपनी पेज पे और उसके शॉर्टकट्स दिए हुए हैं, सो दैट यू कैन डायरेक्टली गो देयर एंड टेक योर डिसीजन एज फास्ट एज यू वांट. You don't have to wait for anything. You don't have to search, or you don't have to go. It's directly transferred from this particular page. So this is how we have thought of bifurcating. Plus, we also have one of the unique feature in our watch list called as color watch list. So अगर आपको पता होगा कि एक ही watch list में we allow only 100 scripts, okay, in
Okay.
one watch list, and we allow till 10 watch lists. सो अगर आपको देखना है, आपको कोई सबसेक्शन क्रिएट करना है, आपके वही वॉच लिस्ट में आपको ट्रैक रखना है कि ये 100 स्टॉक्स में से कौन से मेरे प्रायोरिटी स्टॉक्स है या कौन से मेरे दूसरे स्टॉक्स है, तो देर इज नो वे टू डू दैट. Doing custom sorting is way too tedious for a user. So what you can do is you can just color filter on it. So if you can just go here, more में जाके color label किया, and I can just color it. So whatever
Yeah.
color I want to do it. और फिर अगर मैं यहाँ से नीचे ऑप्शन है कलर का, उसमें जाऊंगी तो कलर वाइज सब स्टॉक्स मेरे यहाँ पे मिल जाएंगे. सो इफ आई ऑल्सो वांट एवरीबडी इन वन पर्टिकुलर फ्लो और एनीथिंग, मुझे सब स्टॉक्स यहाँ पे एक साथ पता चल जाएंगे. So this is also one of the unique features what we have launched for our
Yeah.
fullness of our users.
Yeah, looks very helpful because sometimes, in fact, it happens with me also when I put too many stocks in a watch list and then, I cannot keep a track. But this is a very interesting way to, keep a tab. I think interesting session, Mahima. Thank you for taking us through all these features from IPO to SIP in stocks. You also and told us about the unlisted stocks that we can see here and gave us a background about the entire dashboard. Fantastic discussion, Mahima. Thank you so much for your time and sharing all these expertise and taking the time out today.
Thank you so much, Sonam. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and a big thank you to all of you guys for watching and hope you find this session valuable. As we wrap up, remember to keep an eye on this space because we'll be coming up with more such insightful sessions, which I'm sure you'll find very valuable. Thank you once again for joining. Thank you, Mahima. Have a wonderful day, and we can't wait to see you guys on the next webinar again. Thanks. Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Investments in the securities market are subject to market risk. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.